We are back. Now we need to fix up our type problem in that we just put the default of what Parquet wrote out for us, of what Spark wrote out to Parquet for us, and it's saying, hang on, you told me it was going to be a float, except it's not. So
It would be nice if they'd be like, this is what type it is, but then again, I guess if it knew that, then it would figure it out. But anyway.
That is the fun of the external table. So how can we check to make sure that we've got the right type before we actually start to query it? Let's go back into Spark.
I didn't even know external tables were a thing.
External tables are a thing, and they are super cool, especially in the world of Redshift. But that's another topic for another time. So let's take our DF player path by clicks. I said that these guys are strings, and that's because when we were capturing the data back in
Squirrel?
Back in Unity, let's just go to Unity and look at it. When we're going Analytics Manager, when we are doing, where is it? Send event. Here we go. Add attribute or add metric. Add attribute.
String format.
Dot add attribute. What does it want? It wants a string and a string. So we can only pass in strings. So if we know that it's not a string, then we have to tell Spark, hey, this is not a string. So Spark, we're going, hey, hang on, but Richard, count. That's not a that's not a string. That's because this is a metric, and it already knows that this is a number.
Yeah. Okay.
But then it's getting saved as JSON, and JSON's a string. And then when we're coming into Spark and saying, hey, sum up this thing here, it's going, oh, well, I can implicitly cast these and do a sum for you. But then when we're looking at this guy here, we're just saying, hey, take the value and write it out. And it's going, well, cool. It must be a string because you didn't tell me otherwise.
Fair enough.
So we need to save these guys as floats.
Yeah.
So as I was just typing up a second ago, we want to know what the types are. We can go take the data frame, in this case, df player path by clicks, and just type in print schema and run this. And it says no troubles. This is what I have contained, or the reference that I have inside of me right now. We can see that clicks is a double because it's doing the sum. Yes, great. These are all strings, except click position X, Y, Z are strings, and we want them to not be strings. So to do that, we just can do cast, open, take the thing as float, and then close bracket. I like it that it's as float as click position X, but there's the X part in there. So let's make these guys also as float, close bracket, and as float, close bracket. Just quickly before we write these out, let's comment that, run the data frame. So this is going to go ahead and just double check that everything is what it thinks it is. And then we can run print schema again. And it says, cool, it's a float, it's a float, it's a float.
Good.
So we're happy with life. We can get rid of this guy. And we can now write that out to Parquet again. The table's already been created in Athena. I was kind of hoping that would finish now, as I'm describing why I was waiting. If we run this...
Oh, because it's an external table, it doesn't matter.
Doesn't matter.
Recreate it, okay.
No need for us to recreate it. It goes, cool, there we go.
Cool.
So now we have read data off S3 and displayed it to our users, displayed it to our website, to AWS's browser.
Yep.
And that's it. That's Athena.
That was...
Athena's pretty cool. There's no other extra setup that we have to do there.
That's really cool.
What we do have to do, though, is create the other tables. But because this is Athena, we can also just demonstrate this. Select some clicks, if I could type clicks properly, as total clicks. There we go. Great. Look how much data was scanned right now. 0.27. But when we did select star, whoops, not star as total clicks, we had to query 3.56 kilobytes.
Because it was just going down the partition.
Not
down
the
the
partition,
column, sorry.
the column.
Yeah.
So Athena is, because Parquet is column storage, and Athena is querying just the column, it's saying I only need to query the bits that I need to actually query, that run, that is enough to execute what you want. So if we come up here and say select distinct level name, which is a little n,
it's going to be tiny.
it does have to go through all of the column to get all of the level 1, 2, 3. But look at that, 0. So it's pretty good.
That's actually a bit weird.
So how would it have done this? It said, hey, you want me to go and find all the distinct values inside of that big table over there?
No, but
pretend it was a big table.
Okay, yeah.
It would go, well, actually, I've encoded them to be references to another table that I can just do lookups against. And say, how many different versions, level names have you got in there? I've got a level 1 and level 2 and level 3. There's your response. Oh, cool. So I didn't actually need to look at all of the rows individually at all.
That's true. Fair enough.
So I interrupted you. You were trying to ask a question before.
The weirdest thing is the runtime.
How do you mean?
It's like 2 seconds is a lot for 0 kilobytes.
Well, yeah. Athena is an always-on server. An always-warm server. We're not paying for it. We're only paying for the queries that we execute against it. But it
still needs to like load it all up.
It's got to load it. It's got to go, hey, S3, go and give me the data, load it into itself, process it into itself, query itself, and then return the response back out.
So there's a specific use case for this.
Yes.
Yep.
Absolutely.
Yes.
You would not use this as a regular database to hey, this is my users table. Yep. Or check my password against that database over there, please. You would not use Athena for that because there is this 2 to 3 seconds response time. And from a user experience perspective, that would suck.
Yeah.
You use Presto for analytics type queries. And if you go, hang on, 2.8 seconds for very tiny amount of data, how long is it going to take to do this on 3 gigabytes worth of data? And it's going to take 3 seconds.
What?
It's going to take just as long, maybe 4 seconds, to query that other stuff. It's built for analytics queries.
That's very cool.
Very, very cool. So, that is... Oh, what we haven't talked about is how does Athena actually charge you? It tells you the data scanned because that's what you get charged on.
Oh.
It's $5 per terabyte scanned.
What?
Per terabyte.
Oh.
So it's designed for huge data sets. It is designed for big stuff.
So pretty good then.
Yeah, we're fine. Good. And it's got a whole bunch of free tier available to us. Yeah. Alright, so let's go ahead and create the other tables.
I wish there was a tool to automatically create them.
You could write one.
I might.
That would be quite handy.
I might.
That would be quite handy. Alright, so let's go down to player path by time, and we know that we need to put this as level name, as level version, client ID is fine, as time accumulative, this one is player position X, Y, Z, player position Z becomes there, becomes X, Y. Sorry, just trying to get the lowercase PPP in there. And now we have the lowercase. Are you laughing at PPP?
No.
I'm a grown up. I'm going to take basically all these columns because they're essentially the same thing. To by time, put that into by distance. Now the only one we need to remember is distance accumulative is going to be the only difference here.
Can't you do like a 2 lower on all this?
Not that I know.
String.
Distance. How do you mean, sorry?
Can't you just, because this is a string that we pass into SQL, couldn't we just go like .2 lower?
I guess you could pull that off, but then these are capitals inside of our JSON source. Now, Spark SQL would not care about that and would go, yeah, sure, whatever. But
it may not work for everything. Maybe.
Yeah, I'm not going to do that.
Fair enough.
How would you do that? You'd have to take this string out to its own thing and call this val the query. Is that?
Yeah, and then 2 lower.
And then do a 2 lower of the query inside of here.
Yeah.
So yeah, I guess you could do that. I'm not going to do that though.
Okay.
This one must become level name, level version, client ID. What are you doing at? Me doing it the wrong way?
No, I was thinking about Athena not liking a 3 at the start of the database name.
Yeah, I didn't expect that one to happen. That
happens in C# though.
Doesn't like letters,
Don't
numbers.
put numbers at the start of your methods and stuff. Only at the end or after an underscore or something like that.
Fair enough. Why is that?
I mean, it'd have to do something with like the pattern matching or something that's going on with
Oh yeah, with
the IL compilation. Yeah.
Alright, these are all written to be lowercase now, so I'm going to run this one, and then run this one, and oh, hang on, they're all writing to the right spots, are they?
I mean, we put them all in the folders.
By clicks. Oh yeah, we did that earlier. By
Yeah.
time, by distance, and player spotted. Cool. So
Nice.
no, hang on.
Attributes is neither present nor is it an aggregate function. Add to group by.
Where is your problem with that?
Wait, what was it complaining about? Attributes. JSON data attributes. What?
So it's whinging about this SQL here being incorrect. So let's take this SQL and create a new cell of SQL, run it, and hopefully it'll tell us where the problem is. No, it didn't. Damn it. When attributes.enemy name.
Maybe you just need to go group by attribute star. But this has worked before.
It did work before.
What did we change?
I changed this guy to be enemy name.
This is capital enemy name.
Yeah, but that's because it's looking at the column called enemy name.
Well, we should put the lowercase enemy name too.
Well, this is the column output, so it would become as. This would be the order by. So it not necessarily is level name. Okay. This is irritating. Level name. Oh, hang on, I see what I've done, right? Ha 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 ha. The two lower wouldn't work. Whoops.
Yeah, true.
Okay, so the problem was I was trying to reference the column lowercase level name when it should have been camel case level name as lowercase level name. Supposing that actually works. Hasn't whinged about it yet. There we go, cool. So that's going to work. I'll kill this cell. Alright, so now all of our tables, all of our data for our tables has been written out to S3.
Yep.
So now we just need to adjust these tables inside of Athena to write themselves out, to be adjusted for the correct columns. So thankfully I can just press undo a few times and get back the create table, the create external. What you can also do is go into history and it'll say, hey, this is every single query that has been run against me. And so you could come down here and find the create external table and then bring that back in.
It's cool that it tells you if they succeeded or failed.
Yeah, that is quite handy so you can see which one actually did break. And it was 3 after the broken one that it actually worked. Alright, so now we can come in here and here's a fun one. It doesn't like capital letters in the column names, but it sure is happy for you to create it as a capital letter in the table and then it puts it over there. So the quirks, the character of Athena.
The character.
So let's make this one by time, which I'm not meaning to put all capital letters there. So we have level name, level version. Let's come back here and look at the by time, and the by time had level name, version, client ID, time accumulative. Whoops. I don't know which key on the keyboard gets me that.
Gets you what? The tilde. It's this
But it's not the tilde.
It's a tilde.
It is a tilde. Oh, okay. Right. I thought it was like a quote, but an inverted quote.
No.
From like, you know, Word puts sometimes
like
quotes on
dumb
their
quotes
symbols.
and smart quotes.
Yeah.
You forgot a thing about a comma.
Whereabouts? Oh, after as float.
Yeah.
Click position is now player position. And clicks is now counter.
Cool.
Counter, these guys needed to be cast as float.
And then as player position.
What's wrong with it? Where?
As.
Oh, as, yeah. Actually, you don't need to put in as there.
Oh,
And just put the word after it and it goes, yeah, cool, whatever.
Yeah, that's true.
I just like doing the as because it separates it out for me.
Mm.
Okay, let's do these one at a time. So now we can look at player path by time. That should be everything. Run it. Create external table requests. Something's wrong with this thing. This is a problem anyway. Path by time. Quickly check that out. Path by time. Yes. Create external table if not exists. You've got a comma. You've got a comma.
To be in the same database selected on the side? Probably not.
No, you don't have to, but I should be picked over there anyway. Thank you for pointing that out. What else has it got? Run it.
It's so weird that it would create the database with the 3 in it, but it can't query it.
Yeah, I know. I didn't. That's why I assumed it was fine.
Yeah.
Okay. No viable alternative at input. Create external.
What does that even mean? Oh, player. Is it Postian? Did we fix that or not? That was position.
But these shouldn't really be the problem anyway. They should just. When you're creating something, it doesn't.
Table.
Yeah, it doesn't actually bother going checking. Does anything here validated? It just assumes that you know what you're doing and give it to you correctly. Game
so this
analytics.
Probably won't fix it.
No, unless we saw that this was happy before. So this is the fun part of Athena. What's the problem, man?
No viable.
Service Athena invalid request. Cut.
So real helpful.
Athena. We're in Oregon or on Game Analytics. Let's try it out.
Programming's fun.
Oh no! What's your problem?
Oh, wait.
What's up?
No. No viable alternatives. Great.
Oh well, when in doubt, add table.
It's true.
Put that under Game Analytics. Table name. Player path by time.
I wonder if it would create that and allow you to query it.
Probably. Let's take this one, player path by time. Grab the S3 path. S3. Open it. Player path by time / next. Parquet next. Bulk add columns. I can add these columns. Done.
Nice.
How does it go with the tildes around? Does it freak out?
No.
It doesn't.
Oh,
like
it adds. It
adds it as if it's the column name. Oh my goodness.
Oh wow.
I swear, all of this trouble is worth it in the end. Add time cumulative.
I love how it doesn't. For some of them, it's like I'm not sure.
I don't know what that is. Yeah, but clearly it knows how to interpret a float.
Yeah.
Okay, good. Next, no partitions on my table, which is actually not good. It's not bad. It's just I would like to have more data. There goes, and it ran. It's successful. So what's its problem? Create external table. It's the same thing.
Man, I'd love to do a diff on that just to see. I'm pretty sure it's exactly the same.
All right. So
anyway,
we're pushing this one.
Yeah.
Let's stop, and the next one we'll make by distance and play a path by time.
Yep.
All right. See you in the next video where we will
See ya.
just pick up from exactly this spot.
Yep. See ya.